so for the next card, I wanted to do a fall themed card that was a little unusual. And so again, we have this amazing metallic splatter paper that came in from Lawn Fawn. It is so gorgeous. I just love it. I love it. I love it. So what we're gonna do here first is we're gonna fussy cut this little owl. So I wanted, oh, where are my scissors? Over there. So again, I wanted to kind of pick a tone on tone because I love to do tone on tone stuff. And I love this paper because it has a speckle already in it. We also stamped down this fun little leaf, and then we stamped down the leaf a couple other places using the Distress Oxide Wild Honey. And then we also did a metallic splatter on this card as well, just because I love the metallic splatter and how it ties into the metallic splatter on the paper. So we're gonna fussy cut out our fun little owl. This is a stamp that I made. Well, that Taylor made, I drew, but it's a custom stamp that we put together here. All right, so we have our fun little owl. So we're just gonna cut that out. I'm not really spending a whole lot of time trying to do any details. Really, you want this, the fussy cutting to really not take very much time. I would say less than a minute is really what you're aiming for, okay? All right, so now on this card, we're gonna go ahead and fold this in half. So we have our metallic splatter is going to be on the front of our card. And now this card is not super complicated to put together, but I really like how it turned out. You're also gonna see a little bit of that Wild Honey Distress Oxide ink on the Happy Fall, just because we brushed it on there just a little bit, just to kind of pull that color back in. And just add that little bit of a touch of gold element to this. Then I'm going to put a little bit of my glue on the back side of my Happy Fall sentiment. All right. And that is going to go directly on the front and the middle of our metallic splatter paper here. The one that's kind of salmon color. All right. Now this is going to mount on the front of our card on the left-hand side. So you want there to be an even amount of border on the top left and on the bottom. All right. Okay, so now we have our ochre colored twine here. So we're gonna go ahead and unwrap that. All right, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna start with the front, and we're going to just hold a little piece in place. And we're gonna wrap this around the card. And then I'm just gonna bring this underneath and tie it into a knot. Okay. Now sometimes what I'll do is I'll kind of squinch this like this and then kind of pull that apart like that. Oops, hopefully. There we are. So then that way I can make sure I can apply my knot where I want it to be. So I want that to kind of land in the middle because this is where I'm gonna mount my owl on here. Now you could of course just put some double side tape down there and lay this down, but it's a little bit funky. So what you're gonna wanna do if you happen to have a little piece of mounting tape, if you don't, a little piece of dimensional chipboard like this stuff, just a small little piece, just to help create that extra dimension around the little knot is really what we're aiming for. I'm gonna grab a piece of mounting tape. Very, very, very small piece. We just don't need very much. All right. So we're going to put this mounting tape on here. What I'm going to do, instead of putting it directly on the knot, because that will just add even more dimension, I'm actually going to, I have this little skinny piece here, I'm actually going to add it just right above the knot, or you can cut it in half and put a piece above and a piece below the knot. But that's what we're wanting to do, is we're kind of trying to match that dimension of the knot there. And then we're just going to layer owl right on top. Isn't that so fun? Oh, I just love it. I love it. Oh my gosh, it's so fun. And then on the inside, it's already ready to go because we have our leaf that we stamped earlier, which kind of ties in with our Happy Fall sentiment, and then we have that fun owl. Isn't that great? All right, on to the last card.